Hi there.
Hi. Sorry, I was just finishing another call.
Oh, no problem at all.
Oh, I like your background.
Thank you.
It's much cooler than mine. I don't know how to even get that on. Not very techy. But we're wearing the same color as well. We're matching.
Yeah. So how are you today, Charlotte?
I'm good, thanks. Coming to the end of the day over here. We're in Spain. But I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Cool. I'm doing good too. I'm just outside of Chicago, and we're kindly getting, finally getting a bit of a warm up here,
Nice. Yeah, it must be cold out there in the winter.
trying to melt all the snow that we've got recently.
Amazing though. We don't really get any snow here.
Oh no, I like it. It doesn't bother me.
It's beautiful, but I guess if you kind of need to get to work and continue on with your day, it can get in the way.
Yeah. All right, so let's start things off here. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
So, Charlotte, in your new film, you star in Wrong Turn, which is a remake of the 2003 film of the same name. Were you aware of the previous film at all? Had you seen it?
I hadn't seen it, but I watched it as soon as I got the script. Because I have to say, it's going to sound really bad, but I hadn't watched much horror when I was growing up because I was
Uh-huh.
such a scaredy cat. Like, I couldn't. I still remember to this day every single one I watched and how it would haunt me for weeks after. So I didn't know much of the genre. I do know a little bit more now, and I'm much more into it. But I hadn't seen it originally, and I watched it. I got some friends over, and I said, "Come on, let's watch this film. I've got the script for the reboot," and we loved it. It's terrific.
Well, the Mike's new version is quite a bit different than the original film.
Just a tad.
Yeah. So after you got the script and read it, what initially drew you to coming aboard?
um, you know, I thought it was really exciting. I thought there was so much suspense, and I don't think I'd ever read so many twists and turns in one film. You could never really guess what was going to happen next, and I really enjoyed that. And I was really fascinated by the idea of the foundation
Uh-huh.
and the idea of this community and it being quite different to maybe a lot of the other horror scripts that I'd read up until now. Felt like a very different idea, and it was including lots of different things. So, a bit of like survival horror, but then you've got all the gore and the blood, and then Mike brought a lot of heart to it as well. And I really liked the character Jen. I thought it was such a great part, and how she has this amazing arc throughout the film, and as it unfolds, she really finds her strength, and it's not just like unrealistic, it's quite relatable. She's just this normal girl at the beginning, but she's put in these extreme life or death situations, and she has to be brave, and she finds this strength she didn't know she had. So I enjoyed that.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed your performance in the film. Your character Jen, you're a force to be reckoned with in this movie.
Thank you. Yeah, I think when my boyfriend watched it, he said, "I'm not sure if I want to go home with her tonight."
So for you, what was the biggest challenge of the film?
um You know, there's always challenges in any film because you want to do your absolute best, and you know that it's going to be watched by a lot of people. And I think one of the biggest challenges was knowing that this has such a cult following, and the original was such a big hit, and it did so well, and we wanted to do a reboot, a kind of reimagining, I guess. And I was a little bit worried about what people like the original fans would think, and just about kind of pleasing everyone, I guess. And then obviously, the typical challenges on set and filming out in the woods and the forest, and in the middle of the night, and lots of stunts, and it was pretty mad, but no challenges that kind of got you down. It was all exciting and fun, and Mike made it amazing. So he was like the best director we could have had on that.
Yeah. So how physical or demanding was your role in this film?
It was quite demanding, but I love that. I love getting stuck in, and there was lots of rolling down hills, and we had an amazing stunt team who were there, kind of helping us with the smaller things that we could do, and really helping us make sure it looked as realistic as possible. But then we had our doubles, obviously, for like being smashed against furniture and that kind of thing. I had Janelle Baudry, who was amazing, who was my stunt double. But it was intense, and having to learn kind of how to hold a bow and arrow and using the gun, and kind of doing a little bit of the fight scenes and stuff. My knees were black, but it was all so much fun. I love getting stuck in.
Well, you had filmed this actually a couple of years ago, and it took a bit of time to make it to release. Um, was that mainly because of the pandemic, or what?
Uh, this, I guess, they maybe wanted to have more of a release in theaters, and then COVID happened. But I mean, I've had other films that have taken even longer to come out, so I was quite happy. It felt quite quick for me. I was like, finally,
Yeah.
it's out. This year, everything has felt drawn out as well.
Yes, that's for sure. The exterior forest scenes, where were those shot at?
That was in Hocking Hills in Ohio. It was about two and a bit hours away from Cincinnati,
Okay.
and it was beautiful. It was so stunning, and it really felt like a character in and of itself. And it was a nightmare probably for crew, having to lug everything around, and the weather didn't help. But for us, it was really, really amazing to help us get into character.
Okay, so that stood in for Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, in the film, Matthew Modine plays your father. So how was it to work with him? He's quite a well-known actor.
Yeah, or I mean, he's a bit of a legend, I guess. And
Yeah.
he was just lovely. He was so nice to everyone. Everyone loved him on set, and he was always, what I really appreciate about him and any actor is he really likes getting stuck in and in everything. And he was always there and giving it his all. And he was very calm as well, which is good on set. Very calm and just very creative and just a joy to work with.
Cool. Well, as long as we're talking about your co-stars, you also worked with Bill Sage. How was he to work with? He's
He's
quite
amazing.
well known as well.
Bill is amazing. He's got this incredible presence. And, he plays a character who's supposed to be so terrifying. And he is, because he has this voice and this presence. But he's so calm as well. So he's like this very kind of scary, calm, powerful man in it. Um, but who also has this vulnerability because, I mean, he kind of falls in love, I guess. So yeah, he just plays it all so beautifully, and to work with, he's just so much fun.
Yeah, he was an imposing presence in the movie, to say the least. Um, Also, I love that you have to keep watching during the end credits. Uh, you continue kicking butts, so to speak, and
Yeah,
people
I'm
don't want to
worried
miss that.
about that. Yeah, people need to know not to hit pause when the
Right.
credits hit. Yeah, that's one of the best bits. I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to really do spoilers, but yeah, I love that ending, and I think it's like the perfect ending for Jen.
Yeah. Well, the whole film, as you said, it's full of twists and turns. I about I don't know, I'd say two-thirds into the movie, I thought it was just about over, and then it continues on to this to more and more exciting stuff. So it was. I really enjoyed the film, and I think it no way detracts from how great the original film was. I think it builds on it, and you do such a great job in the movie.
Thank you. Really appreciate you saying so. Yeah, I feel like the original was what it was, and it was amazing. And this is like a reimagining at a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
hope people
what's
like that.
Charlotte? What's coming up next for you? What are you working on now?
Well, I'm at home at the moment, and I'm heading off in a couple of months to something else, but it's very early days, so I can't really say much. But it'll be fun, and it'll be fun to get back on set. I miss it.
Yeah. Would you like to do more horror in the future?
Yes, horror is so much fun. And you always get really great directors who are just like enjoying it so much. They have so much passion and they're like, throw more blood in there and make it wild. And then, like Mike also manages to bring so much heart to it. But yeah, I've shot a little bit of horror before and I always really enjoy it. It's always really good fun.
Yeah, you were also in The Lodgers, which is another great movie.
Different kind of horror, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know we're just about out of time, Charlotte. I just want to say it was a pleasure speaking with you today. And I want to wish you a lot of luck on the film Wrong Turn and anything you do in the future.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you, Michael.
Well, thank you so much and have a good rest of your day.
You too. Have a lovely day.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.